Good morning. Welcome to the Parenting Versus podcast.
Podcast. I'm always so far away.
I know. It's because I have to start it over here and then I go sit down.
I know, but I'm always yelling podcast.
I know.
Really far.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah. So, this is a Sunday morning edition.
Yeah, no kids.
No kids. We're
Kid-free.
distraction free so we can maybe get through a conversation.
Yeah, let's hope so.
So, fun fact about weekends.
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday are the only 2 days of the week where I put cream in my coffee.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's, time to relax, time to let loose, maybe party a little bit.
Maybe listen to Fancy by Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, just saying. That might be a really good way to celebrate putting cream in your coffee.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, cheers.
Cheers.
So I'm going to be cheersing tea and coffee a lot more.
Yeah? Why's that? Oh.
Yeah, so...
I know why. I don't know why he said that. Why's that?
Yeah, so yesterday we did a podcast, and I mentioned that I was, I guess, not sure about beer. And yesterday
I'm sorry. Every time you say not sure, I think of Idiocracy.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Me too.
No, we were talking about that, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? Let's give it one more chance. I haven't had any beer in a week.
Give me one more chance.
I got a 4-pack of La Cumbre IPA. Shout out La Cumbre. You guys are awesome.
Even if you make my husband sick.
Yeah. But
not their beer doesn't it's not like their beer's bad and it makes people sick. It just makes Lorenzo sick because he's a weirdo.
I don't know what it is, but anyways,
I do.
Yeah, well maybe.
You're getting old.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what it is.
Probably.
You
Probably.
that 35 downhill.
Probably.
You're at the top and now you're going down.
Do you know what's okay? I'm gonna go into a bunch of just non related conversations.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways, no, I was thinking about probably and how it makes it like how some people spell it Prolly.
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 I should Prolly.
But it's probably.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay. This is the ADHD version today, guys.
I'm all over the place. My brain has to multitask constantly.
I think we've talked about this before.
No matter what I'm doing, part of my brain is worrying about what is Juliet getting into.
And when we don't have that worry, our brain is on hyperdrive and we don't know what to do.
I feel like a parent's brain is more evolved than a non-parent's brain.
It probably would
because
have to.
It has to. Do you know dolphins? They shut off half their brain. They shut off half their brain when they don't sleep. They just shut down half a brain, and they rest that half of the brain, and then because otherwise they would drown. They don't sleep. Anyways, so what was?
Well, but we breathe in our sleep, and we don't suffocate.
That's true. But dolphins are different because they live underwater.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
They can't just take breaths.
Wow, dolphins are different.
Yeah. And they have to hold their breath. They could hold their breath for a long time, but anyways, so he told you random conversations.
Okay.
No, so I went to the store, bought a 4-pack of La Cumbre IPA, which I love, I enjoy, and I was watching soccer. You were at the memorial for the West Mesa murders
victims, yeah.
And I was watching the kids watching soccer. I was like, you know what? Do you know what goes awesome with soccer?
Beer.
Is beer. So I got beer. Juliet and Riley were napping. Luke was watching Minecraft YouTube videos, hanging out. And I had half of a pint, and I was like, I feel pretty good. This is awesome.
I feel pretty good.
I don't feel like there's a headache coming on. And then I finished the pint, and I was like, oh, there's a little bit of a something happening in my brain right now. And then about the time when you texted me, you're like, I'm on my way home. I'm like, oh, crap, my head hurts. This is awful.
What am I going to say to my wife?
By that time, I had already poured a second pint, and I had to dump that out. I was like, I'm done. It's the end of an era. I just can't have beer anymore.
Yeah.
And I basically, here's what I did. Can I talk about this? Is
Go
that
ahead.
okay?
No, it's fine.
I
think other people that are geriatric and aging should probably hear about this situation.
Thanks.
Just gonna rub it in. I'm sorry.
Okay, sure. So I took some of our kids. What is it called? Benadryl. Because I thought maybe it's a histamine thing. I don't know. So I took a dose, like an adult dose of that. I think it was like, I don't know how many mils, but anyways, I took some of that.
You should probably know.
So it only goes up to age 11. So I was like, well, I'm like 3 times that. So
okay, hold on. Can I side note this? The reason you should probably know conversions from children's medicine to adult dosages is because one time
Lindsay chugged some Benadryl.
Did not chug it. I got the conversion wrong. And I took 3 times the amount of Benadryl, children's Benadryl, that I should have taken.
So she called poison control.
I called poison control on myself. And I was like, I took this much. Is that bad? And they were like, well, are you hallucinating? And I was like, no. And they were like, you should probably drink some water and go to sleep. And I was just like, what? It was really scary. So make sure you get those conversion rates correct because you might end up calling poison control on yourself.
Pay attention in math, kids.
Yeah, I didn't.
You will use it.
So, my bad. As an adult. I'm alive, though. I made it.
Numbers are your friend. Anyways, so yeah, I took some Benadryl, a good, healthy dose. I didn't take too much.
You didn't hallucinate?
No.
Good.
And I took 2, we just happened to have migraine Excedrin in our cabinet. My liver probably was not happy with me yesterday, but whatever. And I laid down, and as I was laying down in bed in pain, I asked Google, I
asked Google. Not God. No, I asked Google. Dear Google, why?
Maybe I prayed a little bit to the Google. No, I asked Google, I said, hey, Google, what are the symptoms of a migraine? And it was like varying intensity of pain in a specific part of the head.
And you're like, check.
And I was like, yeah, it's like right behind my left eyeball. Like feels like somebody's stabbing, like just a single point behind my left eyeball. My eyes were red and watering. When
I got home, your eyes looked red, watery, and puffy.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, I think this might be like an allergic reaction because your face looked swollen.
Yeah.
So it was kind of scary.
Yeah. And you're like, look in the mirror. I looked in the mirror. I looked like I had been drinking all night.
No, it was like your eyes were bloodshot and red and puffy. And it was weird because I've never seen your eyes do that so quickly. It was a really strange thing to see.
So I was like, check, that's happening. Eyes were watering, sensitivity to sound and light. And all the curtains were open and the kids were at like jetliner decibel levels at that time. And I was like, oh gosh, I can't take this. Yeah. So I laid down, I just hung out and I waited it out. And Grandma came to the rescue and picked up the kids.
Thank God.
And right about the time...
Shout out Grandma.
Shout out Grandma. That's where they are right now.
Yes.
Right about that time, my migraine started to go away, thankfully.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a mixture of maybe the Benadryl and the Excedrin. But
this is how accidental drug overdoses happen. You should probably be careful. Yeah. Like mixed with alcohol and stuff.
I thought about checking the internet to see if it was safe. But
that's a bad idea. You need to just call the nurse hotline for your insurance and ask a person.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, it went away. And we had a night out. And usually our night out consists of going to some type of bar, pub, brewery, whatever.
I mean, you guys know that. We've done recordings. We do shout-outs.
Instead, we got to go in a Pokemon raid and see
No. Correction, you did that.
Well, if we wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have been able to see the guys like almost get like torn apart by a shop owner.
This is like so Albuquerque, like this whole situation.
Well, do you want to back up? We had a good night.
All right. No, we did have a good night. It forced us to do things like that we don't normally do. And the weather happened to be just like beautiful yesterday. It felt like spring. I mean, it's February and it felt like it was like I could have worn a tank top and flip-flops outside. So
there was no polar vortex here.
Nope. It was really sunny. It was warm. We went to Nob Hill, which is kind of like a nice trendy area, shops and restaurants and things. Kind of close to the University of New Mexico a little bit. But we went there. We checked out this new Vietnamese restaurant. It was all right. It was something different.
Yeah.
And then we went and walked down Nob Hill, took a little stroll, and people watched and went to the Chocolate Dude, which was glorious. Shout out Chocolate Dude. If you're in the Albuquerque metro...
I am.
Are you going to do this?
What?
If you're in the Albuquerque metro area and your lady or your man loves chocolate...
I have a lady.
Maybe I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I love chocolate.
Okay.
Okay.
See, the only reason I went to the chocolate dude
Yeah.
was because of you. I would not go there on my own.
I know, but it was something new for you.
It was new and it was different.
Experience.
And I figured since I'm not drinking beer anymore, I can
enjoy
this money on a $6 piece of chocolate.
Are you being passive aggressive?
I'm not being passive aggressive. Like,
All right.
it was fine.
No, so you walk into the chocolate dude. It's like this chocolate shop, and they have coffee and like hot chocolate and Aztec mochas, and they hand make all these chocolates and stuff. And they have like caramel apples, and it's just amazing.
It's neat. It's
it
different.
smells like Willy Wonka's freaking chocolate factory in there.
Yeah.
And I just like want to breathe it in. So we did that. It was wonderful. Had some coffee and chocolate and enjoyed our life. And then Lorenzo's like, let's take a walk. And so we did that. And then did you want to talk about your Pokemon raid? Because I don't even know what that is until last night. I had no idea.
So I don't like to typically advertise that I play Pokemon Go.
Oh, BS. Yes, you do.
No, I seriously don't. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a thing.
Because you're 35?
I am 35, and it's a thing.
A senior citizen?
It encourages you to get out, I guess.
Okay.
No, like when I
Grandpa?
when I do my runs, I hatch my eggs.
I'm gonna get some water, and I'm gonna let you talk about this.
Should I pause?
Maybe you hatch your eggs right now while I'm walking away.
Well, I need you to know about me hatching my eggs.
I know more than I need to at this point in my life.
So basically, in Pokemon, I'm gonna pull up Pokemon so I can show Lindsay.
Oh no.
In Pokemon.
You showed me last night.
No, I did not.
That's what she said.
No, I did not. So,
Okay.
in Pokemon Go, the goal is to get the best Pokemon, the most rare Pokemon, the most powerful Pokemon, because they're cool to have, and also...
For what reason?
It's just like collecting like virtual little guys.
Collecting things that are not real in a not real place that have no bearing on
but they're
life.
real. They are real to me.
I think schizophrenics say that too.
You know your brother's on Pokemon Go too. We're friends.
Fantastic.
Shout out to Ryan. Ryan Freeman.
I'm disappointed in you, bro.
RyanPFreeman.com.
Although he
Writes
lives
books.
in Hannibal, there's less to do there. I feel like he has a reason.
There are less stops in Hannibal. He needs to move here so we can raid together. Anyway, so my Pokemon, I have a bunch. Not a bunch, but I have some. These are my eggs.
High school, they'd be like, "Do you want to see my Magic the Gathering cards?"
Actually, I did play Magic for a little
Oh
bit.
God!
Until
I'm gonna throw up.
But I felt guilty
In
about
my
it
mouth.
because my church told me it was demonic. So
Because it wasn't the Lord's magic.
yeah, because it dealt with magic and wizards, and my church also
You're a
said
wizard
Dungeons and
head.
Dragons was demonic, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
no, I've
whatever.
heard that too.
Anyways, Pokemon might be demonic too. I don't know.
No, it's just dumb.
Demonic. That's like a
Dumb-monic.
That's a Christianese thing, isn't it?
Okay.
So here's my eggs, right? And like I've walked 7.7 kilometers on this egg, and as soon as I walk 10, it hatches, and I get a Pokemon. And I
Is this like some kind of nerd exercise program?
That's my buddy, which is the Welmer. He's my buddy. And he's my buddy because he's hanging out with me, and every time I walk with him,
I gathered that.
I
yes.
earned Welmer candy, and if I get enough candy, I can evolve him into something more strong. So, anyways,
don't care.
here
love you, but I
are all
don't.
my friends. I have some friends on Pokemon. So, anyway, there you have it. Lindsay is about to leave me forever, so.
I'm about to go shopping on Etsy, is what I'm about to do.
Okie dokie. So, anyway, that was a side note, but I wanted to hit this raid that was going on. There was a legendary Pokemon that was at this raid, and I was hoping maybe since it's on Central and Nob Hill, there'd be other people who would hit this raid with me so we can tackle this big Pokemon.
No, because a lot of people in
at the same
Central
time.
and Nob Hill are grown-ass adults, and they aren't doing that.
But anyway, we walked across the street and we went to Masks y Mas, which is a cool little shop. They have like a bunch of really, I don't know how
Like
to describe it.
Calaveras and Dia de los Muertos
Yeah.
and Mexican
folk,
art
yeah, there
and
you go,
stuff
that's
like that. Yeah.
And we're just looking around. We might have even bought something, but these two guys came on Central.
Oh my gosh.
And the shop owner, he's like, "You guys need to get out." And
Yeah, these guys were like wasted, like just dumb.
And then they started challenging him. He's like, "Yo, it's gold, man. It's
You
gold."
want to throw down right now, bro? And we were like, "Are you serious, guys? Like, get out!" Like,
So the shop owner pulled out this giant like machete. Was it a machete or there's like a big wooden stick?
it was like a katana sword looking.
Was it a
thing.
sword?
That's what it looked like.
Oh, okay. He pulled this out and
From
like,
behind the register.
And after it was done, I think he was cleaning up some blood, wasn't he?
It was like spit. I think they spit on the floor.
Oh, did they? Okay.
They were a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, you guys need to get out. And then the guy from next door who owns a tattoo shop.
It was Sachs, yeah.
Like, ran over and he's like, you guys need to leave. And like, we were just like, cool,
we're just in the back.
in this shop. Like,
Lindsay's like about to call 911.
I'm like, look at this art. I might call the police. Like, it was pretty crazy because I thought they were going to try to jump this poor like shop owner guy, but he had it handled. He was a dude.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. He was so funny because he's like, sorry guys, sorry about that.
And we're like, nah, no big deal.
We're like, this Albuquerque. I mean, it's not that surprising, I guess. But
I wouldn't even say it's Albuquerque. It's just no. I wouldn't say it's Albuquerque.
Okay.
It's just a big city.
Okay.
It's like an urban thing.
We're not okay.
That wouldn't happen in like, I don't know.
Don't say it.
Spokane.
Okay. It probably would actually.
So, anyways, it was an eventful night.
Yeah.
And we woke up with no hangover.
We watched an entire Liam Neeson movie. Like, we got through the whole movie.
Yeah, he's
it was
a badass.
Incredible. He's such a badass. I told Lorenzo, if I ever get taken, I want Liam Neeson to come and find me. So that's...
I need money to hire him, though.
Well, he's just an actor, but, like, I just want him to be, like... I just want him to say all the great lines that he says in all the movies when he's looking for me.
Yeah, he is the ultimate badass.
Because he has a very specific set of skills, you know?
He also played God.
I mean...
He's Aslan.
Oh, I guess, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Somebody tweeted out something about that, like dumb pastor taglines after your signature line or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
One of them was like, under Aslan's paw or something like that.
Who the hell says that?
I don't know, some youth pastor.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Don't be a weirdo. Anyways.
So yeah, it was fun. We had a good time.
Yep.
What we need on Uphill is a good bookstore that's like open all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a good local bookstore, like like the one they have up in the
Durango?
North Valley. No, the North Valley or the Durango. Yeah, the one in Durango is really cool.
The one in Durango, I swear to you, is haunted.
They told us it was haunted. They say books fly off the shelves.
That's what happened to me when we were in there. Do you remember?
Somebody threw a book at you.
I walked by the bookshelf and this book just like flew off the shelf on the ground, and I was like, "What the?" I didn't.
Was it the Bible?
No, it wasn't that haunted. It was like a biography about.
Wouldn't that be crazy if there's a bookstore where it was just the Bibles that would fly out?
That would be like, yeah, I'd be like not okay with that. I'd be like,
demonic.
I probably need to go, like, never come back here again. But yeah, I don't know. It was a good night. It was definitely not our normal, which is good. Mm-hmm. And yeah, no hangover.
We should have more dates with no beer.
Yeah.
I've been thinking.
We should do that.
I'm kind of excited about this. Like, I enjoy beer, but I'm thinking maybe I can spend more money on the things I was spending on beer on other things.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I can buy a Nintendo Switch.
You can buy your wife some really nice jewelry.
And Zelda.
Oh. Okay.
What? I could buy you jewelry. I do buy you jewelry.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's cool. I think it's good to switch it up and try to be healthier. I've been going to the gym again, which is something that...
Did you go yesterday?
Yeah. I tried this like machine thing at Planet Fitness. It's super weird. I don't think it really does anything, but they like hyped it so hard, and I was like, okay, I have to try this.
It's like a Sage hot box.
It was like a low UV like thing, and I don't even know what it's like. Total body something. I have no idea what it does.
Is it UV? No, it was infrared.
Infrared. There you go. Yeah. Not UV.
UV would be bad.
Yeah, I'm like, I want cancer, so I sat in a box. No, yeah, it was an infrared light thing. It's supposed to even out your skin tone and do all this other stuff. And it's probably just placebo effect, but I was like, well, my membership covers this. I'm just going to try it. I don't care. So I did. And
does your membership cover haircuts for guests?
It does now because I upgraded my membership.
Okay, anyways.
Yeah, I think so.
I can go and get a haircut.
Yeah.
Do you feel better after your mystical experience?
I do. I feel enlightened, literally. No, it was just kind of... It feels like a tanning bed, but it's not. I don't know. We'll see. You're supposed to do it for 90 days. So I'm like, well, I will try it. And then I haven't tried the massage chairs yet, but that's next. So I'm proud of myself. I've been trying to make a habit of getting out and going to the gym more. I think for me, that's the motivator. I like going to some place like that because I can gauge how much time I spend there.
It's like a mental health sort of wellness time for you, which everybody needs.
Well, yeah, and I like listen to podcasts or I listen to music and I can decompress. And also I like that I can focus on what I want to exercise. Like,
can you listen to podcasts as you exercise?
Yeah, I do.
I can't.
Oh, really?
I can't. My brain will not allow me to focus on words as I'm exercising. It's like walking and chewing gum. I can't do it.
Well, I listen to podcasts like when I'm like if I'm doing like weightlifting, and not if I'm doing cardio. Cardio, I just have to do music. But no, if I'm doing like weightlifting, I've been doing this like ab crunch machine thing. That's when I listen to podcasts. But yeah, I'm just trying to be healthier and I'm all in. I want to go all in, so I splurged and I upgraded my membership. I know, I can bring a buddy, so there you go, buddy.
That's cool.
It doesn't hurt that there's a Pinon coffee house next door either.
Pinon. Yeah, that's one thing that kind of annoyed me about the chocolate dude. They called them pine nuts. I'm like, okay, sure, they're pine nuts, but like they're pinon if you're in New Mexico. That's true. It is our state nut and our state tree.
Don't get all bent out of shape over your
Or
nuts.
if they spell it Pinyon, that annoys me.
I think it's probably because Nob Hill is a big tourist spot. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to market and be like, I don't know. I think they're trying to appeal to people that don't know what a pinon is either.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's try not to get angry about it.
I'm not angry. It's just the things.
Isn't it like pinon trees only bear?
Like it's every, I don't know.
7 years?
7 years, 6 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we went to Santa Fe and we like got a bunch of pinon.
Yeah. It was a harvest year.
Yeah,
I remember
we picked all the little nuts off the ground.
When I was a kid, I remember we would go out to this place that was south of Santa Fe, kind of close to where we were.
Whoa.
What? Should I pause?
You should pause.
Okay. Now we can keep going.
Okay. Just got some interesting information on my phone. Sorry.
All right. So, yeah, when I was a kid, we would go to this place south of Santa Fe. Yeah, south of Santa Fe, and there's a bunch of pinon trees out there, kind of close to that the campground where your parents go sometimes.
Yeah.
And I went there. I remember it was like my dad, my mom, maybe like my uncle was there, a couple of my dad's friends, a couple of them had motorcycles. Like we went out there and we took blankets.
You're like a couple of them might have killed a guy. I don't know.
Who knows?
Just kidding.
But funny story. I mean, maybe not funny, but at the time there was this guy. His name was Martinez, last name Martinez, and he murdered a bunch of people south of Santa Fe.
Whoa!
Do you know about that?
No.
And I remember thinking like it's kind of scary being out here because when I was a kid, I remember hearing that story on the news, and he murdered people back like south of Santa Fe.
That's really sketchy.
I don't know. I want to look that up. It was in the early '90s, maybe late '80s. His name was Martinez.
I would not have heard of that because I didn't.
And he just killed people, like a serial killer. Anyways, we would take blankets and they would shake the tree to get all the pinon off the tree. And when we got home, I remember my mom getting these big like pillowcases full of pinon, putting them in like a strainer and washing them, rinsing them. And also there was a trick to find out which pinon had nuts in them and which ones were hollow. 'Cause some of them were hollow. I think it was like if they floated and they would scoop the ones off that floated and then she would roast them and it was...
I think I've heard that. There is a way to find out.
It was a really interesting memory.
Pinon is a big part of the economy here. Yeah. People, I mean, you cook with it, you sell it.
Maybe culture. I don't know, economy, but...
I would say economy. I mean, we have a ton of pinon trees in northern New Mexico.
Yeah.
And people, I mean, during a harvest season, people pick them and then, like, they're selling them in bags on the side of the road. It's kind of a big deal.
I wonder if there's any crops, like actual commercial pinon crops here.
I'm sure there is. Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be hard because if they only yield every 7 years, like...
Well, you'd have to plant them in 7-year intervals so that you have a rotating crop that's harvested every year.
Huh.
You know what I mean?
So that they yield every year?
Yeah. You would just rotate.
I thought it was something about just the way that they are. Like, I don't know, maybe they communicate with each other. Plants communicate with each other. Did you know that?
I did know that. I think that don't you have to have a male and a female?
Yeah.
They're
pollinated
next to each other.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I would assume that you would have to plant them in rotating, like fields that rotate, so that every year you have at least one crop that's yielding something. I don't know. I'm not a farmer.
Yeah.
Surprise.
I'm not a farmer.
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you cleared that up. I kind of thought you might have
thought I was a farmer. It's so weird.
Thought you were a farmer.
If anything, I'd be like the Swiss Miss hot chocolate girl or something. But I mean, if you were judging on looks, if you wanted to stereotype me,
No, I won't.
I'm Belgian and I do like chocolate and I'm blonde and I could put my hair in braids if it really
I
made
won't
you feel better.
stereotype you. Yeah. So, anyways.
Okay. Good talk. Super Bowl Sunday.
I know. I was just thinking about growing up in Santa Fe, though.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are you into the Super Bowl?
No. Definitely not into the Super Bowl.
I heard you yelling at the TV this morning.
It was soccer.
Yeah. Manchester City and...
No, Manchester United.
Manchester United and
Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah. I was rooting for Manchester United, and they got carded, and I was getting kind of mad because...
I think they're winning right now, though.
They got yellow carded, and the guy tripped, and then he put his hands out to steady himself, you know? Mm-hmm. But he touched the other guy, and so it looked like he was pushing him. He didn't. In slow-mo, you could tell he wasn't pushing him, but...
Manchester United's winning right now 1-0.
Sweet.
Yeah. Sweet.
And
I was kind of Googling yesterday about Ireland. Mm-hmm. Because I don't know who Ireland supports in Premier League because they don't have a Premier League team as far as I know. Like I'm still really new to this, but when I was Googling it, I found like what Premier League teams people in Ireland support.
Yeah,
and a lot of them do support Manchester City. I guess maybe it's proximity to them. I have no idea. It's kind of like how in New Mexico we don't have a team. We've only been recording for 20 minutes.
I know, but are we going to church?
I guess we can scrap this one if you want.
Why do you always automatically jump to scrapping it? That's not what I said.
I don't know.
I was just trying to nicely remind you of the time, and then you made a thing about it. So.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, in New Mexico, we don't have a team.
We talked about that.
No, I know, but like, I was going to finish a point.
Go ahead.
In Ireland, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyways, let's move on.
So who they root for in Ireland? Because you didn't know.
No, it's gone. Let's just move on. Should we wrap up?
We probably should because we were going to go to church this morning and then we have to go get our kids.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this one will go up though.
Will you stop?
No, I'm serious. It's it's a really short one.
Who cares?
Who cares? I don't want to post like something really short.
We make the rules. This is our podcast.
I know, but like I don't feel right about it.
Maybe I do.
Okay, let's get ready.
Welcome to marriage, guys.
Okay, let's get ready.
Let's do a pause.
Okay, we'll do a pause.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Oops, sorry. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Hit your knee. All right. So it's now evening. You're making jewelry. Mm-hmm. It's been a day.
Yeah, it's been a busy day. Mm-hmm. Definitely changed since this morning.
I don't think I've ever seen you make jewelry.
Really?
No.
Oh.
This looks pretty neat.
Does it look pretty neat?
No,
It's pretty basic.
You have two of these little plier things, and you're like,
yeah,
like putting things together. It's kind of neat. You have all your stuff in front of you.
Yeah, it takes some concentration.
Yeah. Anyways, I bugged you to finish this up so I can post it. Super Bowl's done.
Yeah, it was kind of uneventful. I feel like.
Yeah, we had some friends over.
Yeah, it was nice to see our friends and stuff. It was just like,
I think that was
game
more
itself was like what?
Yeah, I think it was like the most boring football game I've ever seen.
Wow.
It was really boring. It was the lowest scoring game in history.
Seriously?
Not like ever, but like for a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it makes sense. It was just like I really had no like interest in even like watching. It's like cool food. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. Even the commercials are boring.
Yeah, you know, that was the one thing, like, I'm like, okay, even if the game sucks, at least the commercials will be like, funny, right, or decent. No.
Nope, nothing.
No. It was like, oh, okay, well, this was kind of a shit show all around.
Yeah.
I mean, is that how you felt, or is it
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I don't know. I feel bad saying that, though, because I really liked hanging out with our friends. Like, that was the highlight for me. It was like hanging out and, like, just talking and just chilling and, like, you know, having a
I feel
good
like
time.
this is soccer's opportunity to kind of swoop in and say, hey, guys.
We're still here, and we're actually more interesting, too.
Yeah, this might be better.
This might be better. Hey,
But
guys, this might be all right.
maybe not. I don't know.
Crap.
What happened? One of your chains broke?
No,
What?
it's okay. I'll live. I'll handle it.
Yeah. Well, basically, I just kind of wanted to wrap this up anyway.
Oh, okay.
Like, we should have wrapped it up earlier.
I know. I kind of forgot we had a podcast going.
Did we even... We didn't have kids this morning.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Kids
it's
are-
been a
yeah.
crazy day.
Kids are sleeping now.
Finally.
What did we do this morning? Oh, yeah, we had breakfast. I made breakfast.
Isn't it weird how, like, when you don't have your kids with you, you're like, wait, what happened
Yeah.
today? Like, what happened? Like, what did I do?
I know.
Kind
But
of strange how that
it was nice
happens.
to have some time with you.
Yeah, we had a good run.
We're not going out to pasture.
I hope not. No, it was a good morning. We just kind of relaxed, and it was like low key, which was nice. We went to church, and then we ended up like going to the store and preparing for like football mayhem. Which
And I gotta say, the Smiths in the South Valley is the place to go.
I was impressed. They had like a lot of really good choices.
Yeah.
So shout out Smiths in the South Valley.
Shout out Smiths / Price Right.
Yeah,
in
I've
the
never
South
seen
Valley.
that before. I've never seen like a.
I think it's like
I
a
don't know what
Smiths.
that is,
But
actually.
they're not held to as high of a standard as a Smiths. Whatever that standard is.
I mean, and then you have places like Ghetto Smiths where you're just like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put really tiny pieces of hardware into a baggie, and it's
No, you're
like not
fine.
working out so well
You're
for me
fine.
right now.
You're totally fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm also trying to stage the picture because I'm, as exciting as this is, I'm making jewelry for Valentine's Day
Ooh.
to sell
Hearts.
at the coffee shop.
Hearts and keys. Can I shout out you?
Sure, if you
Check
want
out Lindsay's
to.
stuff.
You don't have to.
It's Jules and Riley.
Yeah, the name of your children.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she's on Instagram.
I am. It's Jules and Riley NM.
NM.
At Jules and Riley NM.
At Jules and Riley NM.
But yes, I sell stuff at Napoli Coffee too locally, and on Etsy sometimes. Although it's not my favorite medium, I do sell it there. But yeah, I'm just making some stuff for Valentine's Day. I know what people kind of want this time of year, so I'm trying to give them what they want, which is lots of hearts and cutesy little keys, and people like that stuff. So that's what we're doing.
There you go.
That's what I'm doing.
I gotta say, your pictures are really cool.
Thank you. Pictures, you have to make your product look nice, otherwise nobody wants it.
I think you do very
Thank you.
well.
I also have to shout out my phone because it has an amazing camera, so it
Pixel
kinda-
2 XL.
It doesn't hurt.
See, it
to,
goes
like-
it goes full circle. You start talking about technology. I start
know.
talking technology.
I know.
I don't know.
Why do we do this? Why do we do this to ourselves?
Why do we talk technology?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Why do we do this? I don't know. I feel like my brain is like,
Done?
hey Lindsay, you're tired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know I am.
Why do kids ask the craziest questions too?
Because they've never lived life. They're it's a blank slate.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I have an idea. What about this?
They ask the best questions.
They totally ask the best questions.
I was putting Luke to bed, and he's like, do you know that God said I am? And I was like, yeah.
He said that to you?
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's like, what does that mean?
that's pretty deep, man.
And I was like,
You're
man,
like, son, I feel like I don't even know the answer to that question right now.
yeah. Well, we had a good conversation.
He's a smart kid.
He's a very smart kid, and I love him, and we love our kids. And I really hope, like,
kids.
I think our whole, like, if our podcast had a mission statement or some sort of, like, goal, I think it's to have our voices and our situations in a time capsule. Mm-hmm. And I really do want, I know we have, like, an audience, sort of, like.
Which is weird to me, but.
I mean, maybe they're mostly bots on the internet. Like, you know, there's bots, like, that somehow, like, you'll see a download and it ticks a number and it messes with your data or whatever. But I mean, it shows that there's downloads of our podcast. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And it's more than the handful of people that we know that tell us that we're listening. But anyway, like, that's an audience. But like, I really do think that our audience should be our kids.
I agree. I think that makes a lot of sense to me.
I mean, I keep a journal, and I know that someday when I'm gone, like, I hope that it's something that they can read through and think like, oh, my dad was going through this, or my grandpa was going through this, and look what, I mean, I don't know.
I feel like it threads the thread of the human condition through a generation or two or three.
Yeah.
People are going to be able to hear, you know, people, our kids, our, hopefully our ancestors, if they care. I mean, they may not even be interested. I don't know.
Well, think about if your grandpa had some sort of recording that he did. Wouldn't that be neat to listen? I mean, maybe it'd be kind of scary too, because we kind of, what's the word, like, with our grandparents, we set them on this standard, like, they can't do any wrong. It'd be a little bit scary to kind of think, like,
there's a little mystery involved in their lives.
Yeah, there's some mystery.
Because there's not as much documentation.
Right. And like, for my grandpa, to me, he was an amazing human being.
Right.
But I know he had flaws, but I just don't want to know what those flaws were, I guess.
Why would it take away the mystery or take away the wonder of him being your grandpa? Or
I don't know. It's sort of like, I don't, maybe. I don't know.
You know, my grandpa once, when he was really sick, he was in the hospital here in Albuquerque, actually, because he had to go for something.
He was visiting?
Yeah, he was visiting, and he got really sick.
Oregon?
I want to say it was like pneumonia from traveling. This commercial's super weird, whatever this is. But anyway, point being, I took my little mini recorder. Mm-hmm. It was like one of those ones that had like the little tiny tape cassettes and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And I recorded him talking about his time in the Merchant Marines.
You still have it?
No, I don't know what happened to that recorder. If I could find it, I would be so excited. That was the last thing I recorded on it. And I actually, it was for a school project. And I rewound the recorder and I typed out every single thing verbatim.
Do you have that?
Somewhere. Verbatim that he said for my project, because we were doing projects on oral history. And I was like, I'm going to talk to my grandpa. Like, I'm going to find out, like, about his time in the Merchant Marines. He told me about Spain. He told me about watching the bulls, like the running of the bulls. All this stuff I never knew about him. Like, he told me all this stuff, and it was really cool because I had this document, like this living, breathing documentation of that. And I wish I could get it back because my grandpa's not alive anymore.
Yeah.
But it meant a lot to me, you know?
Yeah. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear my grandpa's voice, because I don't know if I remember what his voice sounds like.
I'll always remember my grandpa's voice.
Yeah.
Always.
My grandpa died in 2007.
2007.
Yeah.
That was when we met.
Mm-hmm.
I remember because I was at your house and when you got the call about it, and that was kind of my first memory of you and your family, and just kind of being like, oh, like, I'm not really sure
like how to respond to this.
say.
This is like a big thing, and I just met you.
Well, I was like your kind of new-ish girlfriend. Like, we weren't hyper serious at the time yet, and it was like I was like fresh off, not off the boat, but like, you know. Yeah,
you were just out of a relationship that summer.
Yeah.
Like a month before or 2 months before.
So I don't know. It was intense because it was like I wanted to be able to support you, but like at that point in life, I was like, I don't even know how to do that because I don't even feel like I know you well enough to do that.
Right.
So it was kind of.
But we have
tough,
this.
Like, to do.
No, you were supportive as anybody could. Like, you gave me a hug, and I was like in shock. I didn't know what to do or think. I just I have to go to Santa Fe.
Like right now, yeah. I remember you got in the car and you left, and I just remember like we were gonna have breakfast, and then it was like I remember that we were talking about, like, where do you want to go to breakfast? Like, where do you want to get breakfast? And then I was like, I have to go.
I remember driving and being in the car, and I'm like, I was processing, like, I didn't know what was going on. And I pulled over my car somewhere on I-25 going north, like, I don't know, maybe tramway or something. Mm-hmm. And I just had to stop, and I just started crying. I didn't know, like, I was in shock. Like, I didn't know what to think, and I was processing it. And as I was thinking, I remember thinking, like, my grandpa's gone. I don't know, it was just really weird. I wish you could have met him.
I do too. I feel like there was a brief moment where, like, our time with you overlapped, and I never did get to meet him in person, and so that was a little strange.
Right. But anyways, yeah. Well, our family, our kids, grandkids, whoever else cares, will have this.
And if nobody cares, then good for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Enjoy our holograms. If you have those.
Enjoy our Black Mirror robots that were programmed with our memories.
Our clone bots of us that are probably telling you memories that we don't even have. They're lying to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking about the internet and how much of an impact it's had. Like, just the Super Bowl, like, it reminds me. Mm-hmm. And I think the internet, what has done is given us access to information
right.
about everybody. And it feels like our Earth is, like, what's the term? Like, in a shithole or something? Like, everybody just sucks.
Going downhill.
Yeah.
Or, like, like, humanity is...
Right. But I feel like maybe we've always been like that. It's just like the internet exposes how shitty humans are. I don't know, maybe.
No, I think that's probably true. We have more access to people's shittiness. Yeah. And people are very, like, upfront and honest about how crappy they are, too.
Yeah.
Like, they're not hiding it. You know what I mean? Like, people used to, like, you know, like, I don't know, probably back, like, in the day, they were like, you are who you are in the dark, or you are who you are alone. Like, that's who you really are. But now there is no alone. Like, you are who you are online, or you are who you are that people see, and they see everything about you. So it's weird.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird.
Maybe we've always hated each other. It's just like we've been isolated enough so that we forget about how much we hate each other. Mm-hmm. But now everybody's exposed to each other and,
well,
like, who we are. And
absence makes the heart grow fonder.
You can't fight City Hall.
Less history, more mystery. That's a huge spider.
It's not that big.
It looks big from here.
It's not a big spider.
Oh, he looks so fat. Let's kill him.
No, I'll put him outside.
Well, you do that. I'm not getting anywhere near his little spider body. He's going to bite me. He's probably the one that did this to me.
Maybe. You never know. He's fine.
He's going to jump down on my head. He's got it out for me.
No, he doesn't.
Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap up because I would like to watch some TV. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to veg out.
Yeah, and I want to fold some clothes.
Is that what you want to do? Or is that what
I don't like having clothes that are not folded. Folded.
Malfunction. Folded.
Fold. Ooh, share.
Oh my god.
Social media learned.
And we are so tired. And there's that spider. Can you please get him outside?
Pokestop.
Oh my gosh.
All right. What are you listening to? Can we just say that real quick?
Right now I'm listening to the washing machine.
I know, but what are you listening to?
I know. Oh my gosh. I actually have been doing some throwback to Brazilian Girls. That band. They're super strange. And I've been listening to the Yeah Yeah Yeahs a lot again. I go through waves with them where I will listen to nothing but them for like a month, and then I don't listen to them for like 6 months, and then I listen to nothing but the Yeah Yeah Yeahs for like a month. So I've been listening.
Is that the album where she's cracking an egg?
Yeah, it's called It Splits.
Okay.
I like that album. I like their older stuff too. And I have been listening to Panic at the Disco. They're coming actually, like really soon.
You've been listening to Panic at the Disco?
I have, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
it's Saturday night.
I wouldn't pin you as a Panic fan.
I do like them, actually. I know. Surprise. I've been listening to their newest album, and I really like it. And I feel like it's really honest, even if it's not nice. Mm-hmm. But that's my kind of jam right there.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I've been to, and I wish I could go see them.
It's kind of it's like a cocky album.
I love
like
it.
he's like, I'm rich and shit, and I party. I don't know.
But it's honest. I mean,
Okay.
can't knock a dude for being honest, right?
Remember, clap your hands, say yeah.
I do remember them. Oh my gosh. What is that song? By the skin of my yellow country teeth, or something like that.
Let's see.
Clap your hands, say yeah.
Let's see. Is this one?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
There was this band that I used to like in college called 764 Hero. They were like this indie band. And it's funny because in, I think, Washington, there's signs on the side of the road that say 764 Hero. Because you're supposed to call that number.
Okay.
Like if somebody's stranded.
Yeah.
And it was named after that or something. But anyway, it was a band that I liked, and they remind me of that time.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
That's
what
good.
are you listening to?
I am listening to. I'm kind of doing a pop punk kind of throwback. I was reminded on social media that Dookie.
Oh yeah.
Did I say it correctly? Dookie.
Yeah, Green Day.
Green Day turned 25.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dookie. So I listened to some Dookie. I've been throwing it back to some MXPX, and MXPX covered an Atari's song.
Interesting.
Like, do you know the Ataris?
I do.
Yeah, I was into the Ataris, and it reminds me of CNM Montoya campus. At the time, I think it was TBI. But I used to go there, and I used to listen to a lot of Ataris at the time. But they covered the song. It's called San Dimas High School Football Rules, which I think is a line from Bill and Ted.
Maybe.
Yeah, like the jock guy's like, San Dimas High School Football Rules. I don't know. I had a dream. Yeah. Anyways, I've been listening to that, and I think that's it. I was trying to listen to the Weezer cover album, and they're catchy songs. I think we already talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
The Shins. Yeah. Anyways, that's it.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was
That spider's doing something. Look at him. He's up to something.
He's not up to something.
Look at him. He is one sketchy little mofo. Dude, he's plotting something, and I want him outside.
He is not.
That's what you say now.
Okay. He's making his web.
I don't care what he's doing. I want him outside.
Okay.
He's fat. He's had enough fun in here. Oh my gosh, he's coming down here.
He is not.
Look at him. He's coming down here.
He will not.
I insulted him, and now he's coming for blood.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, happy soccer day. Football. You are terrified. He has 8 legs.
He's an 8-legged bitch.
Anyways, you guys have a good week, and we will talk to you on the next one.
Unless I die from a spider bite.
Don't say that.